Um, paint. There. Before we dive into the details, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you found this video informative. Let's get started. Ever since the first Venom film, fans have been eagerly awaiting the climax of the story, and Venom: The Last Dance was our chance to see how everything would pursue tie up ISIL or while the box office numbers may not have been as impressive as some hoped. We're still excited about the movie and wondering when we'll be able to enjoy it at home. So to help answer that question, let's take a look at some historical release patterns from Sony Pictures. By examining how recent releases have made their way from theaters to digital platforms and streaming services, we can make some educated guesses about when to expect Venom and Last Dance to become available. First off, we should know that Sony Pictures has been pretty consistent with their release windows. Movies have generally become available for purchase digitally about 30 to 60 days after their theatrical release. This year, 6 major Sony Pictures releases have all adhered to this schedule. So why would Venom: The Last Dance be any different? Based on this pattern, we can guess that the movie will be available for digital purchase around December 10th. And what about streaming services? Well, that's a bit trickier to predict. The streaming window is usually shorter and varies depending on the film's box office success. But since we know that Sony has made a streaming rights agreement with Netflix, we can at least estimate that it'll be available on Netflix within 70 to 90 days of its release. So what do you think is it if you feel about Just Like? So mark your calendars for a possible January 2025 premiere date on Netflix. That's if everything goes according to plan. Of course, things could always change, so keep an eye on our social media channels for the latest news. One last thing. I know you might be wondering about the ending and post-credit scenes from The Last Dance. I'd be happy to share my thoughts on those, but let's not forget have a little fun too. Did you know that Venom might just be a figment of Eddie Brock's imagination? It's a wild theory, but wouldn't it be a mind bender if that turned out to be the case? Now, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. Enjoy your Venom: The Last Dance journey.
My